The beauty and the grace, nothing we would change at all. A feeling that is deeper than the ocean, raging to the sound of us. The whisper of the wind, calling us to something more. What if we set out upon the waters, sail till we lose sight of shore? The light and the wilderness, we were made for all of this. You alone, my confidence, ready for it all. This is who we are, this is where it starts. The rush of the unknown, awakening these untamed hearts, reaching out beyond our hesitations, knowing how we've come so far. The veil is getting thin, more than just a glimpse in time, speaking to the soul of every longing, calling it to deeper light. The light and the wilderness, we were made for all of this. You alone, my confidence, ready for it all. This is who we are, and this is where it starts. This is where it starts. This is where it starts.
Ananda first.
Andrea, fate le அவங்களுடைய இந்த ரிங் போடுறாங்க ரிங் போட பாய்யா போடணும்
So do I? Can I give him?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so then I
You
give
then
him.
you do. Okay.
Now,
You place this.
கையில போடுறாங்களா?
Inshallah.
Okay, then.
Inshallah, you place this.
Okay.
I put it. No, like
Joey. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Step back and then.
Same.
Oh, okay. Take this
Put this under the
first.
wall.
And then I can keep Joey first.
Joey, you take this. Take this.
Yeah, so that first.
Then you can place it.
And then the white one. Yep.
Yeah.
And then you can put
This way.
garland.
ஓகே அவ்வளோதான் அப்போ மாலை
Male.
Very deep.
Okay, you place it. Sister. You want to bless them? You can bless them, sister.
உங்களை பிளஸ் கலர்
Oh.
பிளஸிங்க நீங்கள் பண்ணிக்கோங்க
Oh, so we have to. Oh, okay.
Wait. Hold it for a picture. Okay, hold the picture. Hold the picture one more time.
Are we serious? Yeah. Oh, together or one?
Together. Don't let go.
What about the older sister?
Sorry.
I'm
learning. Okay.
Thank you. You can do the dramatic channel movie, you know. So you think you're harassed, you don't have to.
Next.
40 years.
I have to do the, you know, the camera.
Ishadi, you know who? Devachi.
Do you want us to bow?
Yeah, let's see.
Anand, sekarang come. Okay, thank you.
One more, Mama.
Sorry, thank you.
Ready? 1, 2.
Not too many. My phone.
Oh, that's here, it's here.
Sorry, take a photo. Come.
Bring your shirt.
Let's go back.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All right, smile. Is it ready? 1, 2.
Yeah, and you are happily married and living where? In Singapore. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet I'm so happy to be here today to see Shalini and Ananda and Joseph Di Battista finding love in each other and starting their life as a family. Joseph, you are incredibly accomplished, having received your PhD in genetics from McGill University in Canada, where you grew up, and achieving high academic positions in Hawaii, Saudi Arabia, and Sydney, where you met Shalini. Shalini, you made your mother proud. Shalini is now serving as the Director of Risk for the Australian Disability Foundation in Sydney. I'm sure your late father would be so proud you graduated from the University of Adelaide like he did. You two make a wonderful pair and are truly a power couple. And I'm sure your children will be brilliant too. Joseph, you're so lucky to have her. Shalini, Joseph is a great man, but as he has the rest of his life to praise you, I would like to take a moment to let you know how happy I am for you too, and for your mother. She's seeing her little girl getting married, and I couldn't be happier for her. Shalini, I've known your late father and mother since 1991. My late husband, Al-Marhum Sultan Ahmad Shah, was a good friend of your father, Datu Ananda, and I know they often played golf together. Your mother, Datu Ananda, is my close friend. We have spent many evenings talking about wellness, spirituality, our general well-being, and so many other subjects. When I think of the word kindness, her name often comes into my mind. You have the best guide to have a happy marriage in your mother and father. Emulate their example and happiness will be yours. Shalini, let me leave you with this. You have done so well in life and I'm proud of you. Your mother is so proud of you too. Now you are entering into the solemn vow of marriage. Given how well you've managed your life thus far, I know with certainty that your approach to life and your marriage and your love with Joseph will prove to be just as brilliant. I wish both of you all the best and enjoy the rest of the evening. All my love and thank you. No, I just have to check.
What is good? Really? Yeah.
It's very, very extraordinary. Love is all that I can be to you.
Between Uncle Siva and Auntie Kuantan. Yeah. So we're technically third cousins, maybe.
It'll be like a miniskirt, long enough to cover the essentials and short enough to hold your attention, I hope. It is an honor to speak as a representative of Shala's dad's side of the family. The late Dr. Reginald Ananda was my cousin. I remember him well as a gentleman with a penchant for the finer things in life. He always dressed well, had a personable demeanor, and a charming, disarming smile. My sisters, who are closer in age to him, have fond memories of him as a cheeky, suave charmer. He even managed to co-opt my mum to cover for his escapades when he was living with us. Reggie, as we know him, doted on his girls, and his love, compassion, and dedication to them was boundless. Likewise, he extended the same commitment as a doctor. He was empathetic and compassionate with his patients, and this is why he had such a popular and successful practice. The union of Shala and Joey will represent the confluence of Eastern and Western cultures. With the choppy waves and currents you will have to navigate. However, if you keep your rudder steadfast, you will emerge making the world a better place with all its diversity. Shala and Joey, I guess this is where you would expect me to give you some advice about marriage. Well, I can only tell you the advice I was given. I was told, by all means marry. If you get a good wife, you will be happy. If you get a bad one, you will become a philosopher. So here I am, 30 years later, almost 30 years later, a happy philosopher. Just remember, arguing with your partner is a lot like having to read the terms of use in the internet. In the end, you will give up and go, I agree. I know if my wife is laughing at my jokes, it means we have guests. Now, on a more serious note, I would like to leave you with an excerpt from a book written, it's entitled Captain Corelli's Mandolin. Some of you may have heard of it. Love is a temporary madness. It erupts like volcanoes and then subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out whether your roots have so entwined together that it is inconceivable that you should ever part, because that is what love is. Love is not breathlessness. It is not excitement. It is not the promulgation of eternal passion. That is just being in love, and any fool can do it. Love itself is what is left after being in love. After being in love is burned away. And this is both an art and a fortunate accident. Those that truly love have roots that grow towards each other underground. And when the pretty blossoms have fallen from their branches, they find that they are one tree and not two. Thank you. So, thank you. Now, without further ado, I would love to invite the bride-to-be, the other bride-to-be and groom, to come up here to exchange garlands. Oh, they're here already. Wow. You beat me to it.
So thank you so much for everyone to making it from overseas, from Australia, Singapore, KL, even in Kuantan. I know it's difficult when it rains like this, but you are all such troopers to be here and celebrate with us. So I would actually like to invite everyone to have a round of applause for everyone seated here today. Thank you so much for coming here and joining us. It means a lot to me as well as Joey, as now Joey has realized, to celebrate in this house. This is the house that we were born in, and this is the house where we had so many significant milestones with my dad, who's not with us here today, but with my mom and my sister. My sister also had her celebrations here, so it meant a lot for me to actually be here and celebrate with everyone. I really would like to thank my mom. Sit over there, Mom. Thank you so much for being very, very persuasive. As many of you know, my mom is someone that you don't want to mess with at times, and if anyone can pull off something, it is her. And she's really pulled off such a beautiful celebration, and it's exactly what I wanted. So, Mom, we're really grateful for you for pulling off such a great event. I also really want to thank my sister over here. No one can project manage like Gayatri Ananda, let me tell you. She has gone over and beyond to make sure every single detail that I wanted was executed today, right from the fairy lights to the palm trees and the baby's breath and all the food that we wanted. So Joey and I are so grateful to you for pulling off such a great event. Thank you so much. I also want to say special thanks to Sultana Kalsum for being here today and for her gracious words. Sultana, it means so much to my mom and my family to have you part of our inner circle. Dad spoke so fondly of his times with Kuku and yourself traveling everywhere, and it means so much for us to have you attend and celebrate with us in an intimate setting. And your words were really thoughtful, and we're really grateful for you to actually be here. Now, all the important ones I want to thank as well is my little cousins. All the cousins sitting right in the middle of the table. My cousins have done so much to make sure that everyone has enough to drink tonight, enough to eat, and all of Joey's outfits were all bought by the cousins. So, Joey, welcome to batik wearing and kurta wearing, and he looks incredible, my beloved future husband. Thanks to my dear cousins who have gone over and beyond to make sure that he's got all the right clothes to wear today. My mom's family, all the Guna Retnams, in particular Uncle Sunny. Uncle Sunny has executed a really intimate prayers for us this evening between 4 p.m. to 5:30 before everyone arrived, so the family can actually celebrate our engagement together. I was actually quite reluctant initially to do it because Dad is no longer with us, and I was a bit reluctant to do that, but it meant so much to me to be able to do the prayers with everyone that was here today. So thank you for your perseverance and encouraging me to do the prayers. Perseverance is another word I'd like to say is a word that I associate very strongly with my favorite auntie, Auntie Ranji. Auntie Ranji and Uncle Nathan also really encouraged me to make sure that all the family came to celebrate. We all did the prayers together today, and you're always my person that I look to when I need some words of wisdom. So if it weren't for you, Auntie Ranji, I think Joey and I would have done things very differently, but I think doing this the way that it is has really marked what I wanted, and thanks to you, we're all here today as part of the Kuantan. My other aunties and uncles, and the Salvanans in particular, thank you, and the Samuels as well for coming to join us. You guys always know how to have a good party. I never need to worry about you, and I know that you always come and celebrate with us. And Uncle Indra, thank you for your wonderful words of wisdom and your advice. Joey and I will take that to heart. We will always remember it, but I'm really pleased that Dad's family is here as well to celebrate with us today. To all my school friends dating back from kindergarten and primary school and high school, and then my university friends who have flown in from Australia and Singapore, thank you again for making the effort to come here in the Kuantan monsoon weather and celebrating with us. It means so much to me that we've kept friendships that have been going since 1987 actually. So I'm really happy to see you here and for you to get to know Joey. So to my dearly beloved Joey, where have you been all my life? I'm glad that I waited all these years to really wait to fall in love. And now I actually know the meaning of love is us in our relationship. We are the true sense of partnership. We operate as a team. We know each other so well thanks to COVID. That was the one positive thing out of COVID. We know our strengths, we know our weaknesses, and I'm grateful for our team and partnership. If my dad was alive here today, he would be so proud of you because you're like him in so many ways. And I know that he would love your sense of patience, he would appreciate your sense of stability, but he would even more love you because you really look after me. And you're there all the time backing up our partnership. So I do not hesitate in saying that you are the love of my life in this lifetime, but hopefully for the next as well.
It's a very hard act to follow. So I'm not quite as adept at public speaking as Shala, but I'm going to try my best. And I just wanted to say a few words on behalf of my beautiful wife-to-be here today. And to start off, most importantly, I really wanted to reiterate the huge thanks from the bottom of my heart to everyone that came today to celebrate this with us. It really means a lot that everyone's here together. I'm originally from Montreal, Canada, and the interruption in travel has been really hard for me, separating me from my family back home. And so it's really great to see that now we can start to come together again and travel and really enjoy everyone's company. I'm meeting everyone here largely for the first time, and so it's all a bit overwhelming for me. But I look forward to the opportunity to get to know everyone over the weeks, months, and years ahead. I'm really excited about this. I'd like to start off by especially thanking Shala's mom, sitting back there. Yep. Thank you so much for welcoming me into your home with open arms. Literally, spiritually, symbolically, and helping to organize this amazing party for us today. So thank you very much. We really appreciate it. I'd similarly like to reiterate our thanks to Shala's sister Gaia, all your help organizing leading up to today, for all your support. Thank you so much. Shala deeply loves and respects you as her older sister, even though you might not hear it from her that often, but I can confirm that she talks and thinks about you all the time. You're a very important part of her life. And it's also been a privilege to meet and get to know your partner, Manuel. You've been very kind on this trip. You're a very reflective and considerate person. And I'm glad that both of you found each other and share that sense of adventure together. I'd also like to thank a few of our friends based in Sydney, Singapore, that flew internationally to be with us today. Everyone that has traveled here today has been nothing short of supportive of us on our journey together from the beginning, really. And your support, particularly accepting me into their lives, and treating me as a friend, has been nothing short of gracious. So thank you all for coming today. I'd also like to show my deepest respects for someone that cannot be with us today. So Shala's dad, who's been spoken of very kindly. That's what Dr. Ananda, I'm sure all of you know personally or have some connection with. So even though he's no longer with us, I very quickly learned in our relationship just how much he meant to Shala, her mom, and her sister, and how much of a role he still plays in their everyday lives. His influence was broad, meaningful, and I've loved hearing all of the great stories about him when he was alive. And I'm sad that I never got the chance to meet him personally and get to know him. I can only hope that he's looking down on us today and he's happy that his youngest daughter is getting married to someone that will take care of her, I promise. And we'll support her on our journey together. And I know you miss him very much, Shala, and I'm always going to keep that sacred. So what about love? So this is one of Shala's favorite topics, if you know her. Most of you would be aware that Shala and I were recently engaged this past October in the Gold Coast in Australia. It was a bit of a whirlwind weekend, but it happened as part of a fun time involving lots of sun, the beach, horses, believe it or not. And we ended up staying in a tiny house, which is all the rage on Instagram if you've seen these. So we really did have an amazing time on that weekend, but our origin story goes back much further than this. We first met in Sydney back in 2019, using modern dating applications, which all the kids are using on their phones these days. A lot of people have been asking how we met, so it was via one of these apps. Sometimes these apps can kind of draw out the romantic elements of meeting someone, but I'm actually thankful for the immediate connection that it provided. So both I and Shala have very different circles of friends. We live in a big city of 5 million people. I really do think that without these apps, we probably wouldn't even cross paths. So I'm thankful for that. I still remember our first few dates. We got the opportunity to know each other. I won't go into the details too much, but I will say French restaurants were involved. And I've learned to come, she really appreciates them. And despite Shala being very deeply embedded in the corporate legal world and me kind of sticking in my academic bubble, we quickly bonded over a love for good food, great wine, hosting friends, cultural events like the theater, and then all of our shared family values. Since then, I've also discovered that Shala is a water baby, just like me. It must be a Sagittarius thing. But we spent hundreds of hours together swimming around our home in Sydney and as part of our travels. As Shala mentioned, our relationship has survived the restrictions that came with COVID lockdowns in Sydney, which was tough on everyone. Shala has since traveled with me in May last year to meet my parents and my extended family in Montreal, Canada. They very quickly gave me the thumbs up on her as a life partner. They absolutely adored her. And what's not to love about Shala? So what does Shala bring to the table? Well, in addition to being beautiful in her dress today, and someone that doesn't appear to age, which amazingly is something that she's not fond of, I'd like to state that Shala is absolutely the sweetest and most positive woman that I've ever met. Certainly one of the most driven, and a shining star in all aspects of her life. There are few people on this planet that can suffer and spring back to life soon after it because they see all of the great things ahead of them. And I think most of you that know her well enough would agree with me there. Equally as impressive, she also had her entire life mapped out since the age of 10. She may not have spelled it out for everyone around her, but I'm pretty certain she knew what board position she wanted to serve on and how she wanted to rule her small court. So she's truly happy to be on this earth and living her life to the fullest. And I myself would not be living my best life if it wasn't for her and her never-ending support. She's truly my biggest champion, no matter how big or small the challenges that we're facing. And so just to wrap up here so everyone can continue to enjoy the lovely evening, we are so looking forward to starting this new chapter of our lives together. Shala, I love you so much. Thank you for inviting me and coming out and organizing everything for today. I'm very happy to be celebrating with you and your family, your friends today. And really it sounds like we're going to be extending this party for the rest of the year. And so if everyone has a glass in front of them, please join me in a toast for a happy, healthy, and prosperous 2023 together. And as they say in this time of year, Gong Hei Fa Choi. Thank you very much. Thanks everyone.
Camera, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Squeeze it. You need to squeeze it with your other.
Yeah. Bit, yeah.
It's coming. Careful, people. Duck. Oh no, not clear. 1, 2, 3.
You hold the bottle together and slowly.
And just keep pouring.
Yeah, keep on. Slowly.
Physics.
Yeah, it's amazing. Here's what we're doing.
No worries. You're doing good.
Yeah, thanks to you.
Can you believe this? It's crazy.
I know. It's actually really kind of like having that
Keep going. Same thing.
1, 2.
Yeah, I need to say bye to her.
Very much.
Nobody can do it